friends. I'm Felicity Feelings, and I wanted to call you today to talk to you because, well, actually, not being able to go to school for another 5 months until September, it makes me feel really lonely because it's such a long time to not see my friends. How are you feeling? You know, are you feeling kind of lonely sometimes? Well, I bet they are too. How does it feel to you when you're feeling lonely? What is that feeling exactly? Well, what is that feeling? Let me think. Well, let me give you an example. It's sort of like one time I went on a hike with the kids from school, and they went way ahead because I was kind of slow. And, well, I felt lonely because they left me behind, and that felt lonely. Another time is, well, sometimes I ask kids to play with me or if I can play with them, and they say no. And when that happens, I feel kind of lonely too. And, well, this morning I had an example of that. My baby sister was playing with my dad for a long time, and it just seemed like my dad didn't have any time for me at all. So, yep, I felt lonely then too. And, well, I do remember going to my friends for an overnight and feeling lonely because I wanted my parents because I was in a different house. But kind of funny about that because now I'd love to go over there, and I'm not sure I would miss my parents for an overnight, but I can't have an overnight now, so that's kind of funny for me. So it seems like you feel lonely when you think other people have forgotten you, or aren't your friends anymore? Yeah, that's right, that's exactly right. Well, what do you do when you feel lonely? How do you handle that? Well, sometimes I try to pretend that I'm not lonely and that I don't care and it doesn't matter. But the thing is that, well, the truth is that it's hard to not be lonely when you're lonely, and if you try not to be lonely, it seems like you're more lonely. So, well, sometimes I go to my puppets and play with them and pretend, like playhouse, and pretend that we're inviting friends over and that we're all friendly together. And sometimes I take my puppet to my sister and I ask her if she wants to be part of it and play together. And let me see, what else do I do? Well, sometimes I read my favorite book, Winnie the Pooh, and that helps quite a bit because I love that book. And, well, yesterday I called Gramps and I talked to him on the phone, and that helped me. Wow, so you have found some ways that help you feel better. Yeah, I have. And you know what? You know what Gramps told me yesterday? What? Well, he said that he was feeling kind of lonely because Nana went into the hospital yesterday. Oh, no. Yeah, and he said that after you called and talked to him, he felt much less lonely. Wow, really? Well, that's kind of interesting because it seems like, okay, you're feeling lonely. I talked to him. He felt lonely, but after we both talked, both of us didn't feel so lonely. That's kind of interesting, magical kind of thing there. Do you think there's anything else that you could do to help Gramps? That's a good idea. Well, you know, I did a self-portrait of me. I could show him that. Here it is. This is my portrait. How do you like my portrait? Does it look nice? Do you think Gramps would like to have that picture of me? I could send him that. Or I did some other pictures. I could send him this one of the flower behind me. He might like those. I think that's a really good idea. That you could help him feel less lonely by sending him some of your pictures. Okay, I think I'm going to do that too. You know, you have a lot of good ideas. I think I have good ideas. Yes, I have some good ideas for feeling lonely. And, well, sometimes, your parents can help you when you're lonely. Really? Yeah, I mean, I'd love to read Winnie the Pooh with you, and we could do that. Oh, that would be so great. One of the things Winnie the Pooh says, he says that sometimes, you just have to go out and look for friends, that they just don't come to you, and that you're going to be less lonely if you look for them. Oh, I see it. I have to go to them sometimes rather than waiting for them to come to me. Let me think. Well, I have an auntie I could call. I have a cousin and another good friend I could see. Yeah, there's people I could kind of go to them and talk to them, and well, maybe it would make us both feel less lonely. I think you're right. I think that's a really good, awesome idea. Wow. Well, kids, you know what? You know how I like to write things? I have this picture here that I wanted to show you. And this picture here is of what I did one day when I was lonely. I went into my bedroom. See there on there, right there? I'm bouncing on my bed with my kitty cat, and that made me feel better. And then my mom came and she read Winnie the Pooh to me, and that's my mom in the chair there. And then underneath I wrote a story all about how this made me feel really not lonely. And so that's another idea, because you kids, my friends, could send me your ideas for things that you do that make you feel not lonely. Then I could put together a book and we could read it together. That would be really fun. Oh, I like that idea. That's a good idea. Okay, well, let's do that. And then next week we'll talk again about all the things we're doing that help us not feel lonely. Alrighty, talk to you again. Bye-bye.